Alright, in this video we're going to take a look at breakout rooms in Elluminate. We're going to start by just kind of explaining what they are. Now, if you think of a typical brick and mortar school, for example, you're going to have your teacher, as we have Einstein here. We have our teacher, and then we have several students. And a lot of times in a brick and mortar school, you want to be able to put them in and do group work, or put them in separate groups. And then after they're done with their groups, you might even want to bring them back to the normal classroom. So you could separate them into, let's say, group 1, group 2, there's group 4, and actually here's group 3. So you put them into their groups, and as a teacher, most of the time you want to walk around from group to group and see, do you have any questions here, or hey, suggest something here. And just go from group to group and talk to that specific group at that specific time. So going from group to group, and then at the end of the whole thing, you might actually bring all the students back to the main room and then collaborate and share what you have found, for example. And that might just be one way. You might think of some other ways that you could use this, but that is what breakout rooms allow us to do in an online environment. So now this video, there's a lot of information that goes with breakout rooms, but I'm just going to do the basics today. So after you watch this video, you at least know how to create a breakout room. You're going to know how to distribute students into breakout rooms. You'll know how to communicate with the other students in the breakout rooms. You can put information into the breakout rooms, and you're going to be able to take the information and put it back in the main room. That way you can share it as a whole. So here's what we're going to do. First, we will start by creating some breakout rooms. So what you will do as a teacher or as a moderator, you're going to go over to this participant screen that you see here. So you see my name, Mr. Hammond, and then Jeff, Josh, and Sam. If you use your mouse and you right-click on that screen, you're going to have two different options there. We're going to create a breakout room. When you do that, you're going to have a little pop-up screen, and we are going to be asked to type a name. So we'll say, let's say Blue Room here. So we'll just say Blue Room. So that creates a breakout room, and you're going to notice over here that we created what is known as our breakout room. What I'm going to do, since I'm going to put them in several groups, I'm going to say, let's create another breakout room. I'm going to call it the Red Room. So, and again, I right-clicked on that participants window, and then I was given the option to create a breakout room. I clicked on that, type in what you want here, and push OK. And voila, there's another room. So we have our 2 rooms there. Now you can create more. I'm just going to keep just the 2 rooms. So we have successfully created breakout rooms. So you know how to create a breakout room. Now we need to figure out if we want to distribute the groups, or put students in certain groups. We can do that by there's a few options you can use to do this. One is you can go over to, again, the participants window. Click on the participant. So we have Josh here. I'm going to click on him, and I'm going to drag him, and as soon as you see that green line there, that means if you let go of the mouse button, Josh is going to go in the green room. So if I let go, you'll notice that Josh is just under, Josh's name is under the blue room, which tells me he's in the blue room. Now, one thing about this, notice that I'm in the main room. Now, being in the main room, Josh can't actually hear me right now. He can't hear me. If I were using video, he wouldn't actually be able to see me, and so on and so forth. So you have to keep that in mind if you have any main directions. You want to probably do that right from the beginning and say, okay, this is what we're going to do, guys. I'll put you in the room, so on and so forth. But after you do that, you can separate them into rooms. What you may have noticed there is that the whole screen glowed green for a second. I'll show you what that means here in a second. We will distribute these students. So I'm going to put Sam and Josh in that first room. I'm going to put Jeff in that third room. So you can see how they are distributed there. So we have Josh and Sam. So I am the moderator, the teacher. I can actually go from room to room and see what's going on. Now, as the moderator, I can't actually see what's going on in their rooms unless I go to that room. So, if I take my name and I say, okay, I want to see what Jeff's doing. Let's go to Jeff's room and see what he's doing. Now, notice that the whiteboard screen over here became white. Now, this whiteboard here, now if he were to write some things on it, I would actually be able to see that within there. So let's say you put some example problems in that room, you would actually be able to see what he has done. So then I say, okay, Jeff, good job. I'm going to move on to the next room. And I would jump to, let's say, the blue room. So again, you drag your name up to there, the blue room, and I can see everything that's going on in the blue room, which is going to be a completely different screen than the red room there. Okay, the other thing you might notice is that if you look right here under the whiteboard, you can actually see what room you're in as well. So you can see it shows you that you are in the blue room, and then if you were to go to the red room, you'll notice that it says red room there as well. So let's say, okay, now we've done all this information, everyone's done. I want to bring everyone back to the main room in order to share our findings, share what we found with the information. So I'm going to right click on, again, this whiteboard, and now you see a few different options here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to return everyone to the main room. Return everyone to the main room. So you'll see that very first public screen there. So we've figured out how to create our breakout rooms, distributing the students. We are next going to discuss the communication when using the breakout rooms. Now, when these students are in the breakout rooms, so let's say Jeff's in the blue room. Notice at the beginning I said he can't actually hear what's going on in the main room. So Jeff, if I were actually talking using the microphone feature, he can't hear me. He can't see what's going on the whiteboard. So if I'm explaining all this, he can't see anything that's going on. It's like he's in his own little world. Now if I put Sam in there, Sam and Jeff can talk to each other. So they could talk to each other using the messages. They can use the voice, so using the microphone feature, and you'll have to use the maximum simultaneous talkers feature as well as the maximum simultaneous videos feature, and there are other videos explaining that. So, but you can talk to specific people within specific rooms. And the same thing, if Josh were in the red room, when I go into that room and talk to Josh, no one else can hear me. Jeff and Sam, which are in the blue room, they cannot hear me. So if I'm going to send everyone, return everyone to the main room. So that I think that's an awesome feature. And it goes the same with video. If you're using video and you're video chatting, only the people within that specific room can see each other and hear each other. So which is awesome. Then let's say putting your information in the breakout room. So great, I know how to make a breakout room. I know how to distribute my students, but what if I want to put something in there? So what you would want to do, now sometimes it's going to take some extra preparation beforehand. So we are going to, after we create our breakout room, I'm going to click on the breakout room, and let's see, let's actually go over here. I'm going to use a drop-down menu, and you're going to see the specific screen within that room. If you click on that, now you are able to just put things in there as you normally would. So you could take pictures, you could put examples, and so on and so forth. And you can do that beforehand. And when you're done with the blue room, you might put something in the red room and do that. That way, when you distribute the students, there's already going to be something in there. And then I'm going to jump back to the main room. So here we see the very first page. So that's how you put information into the breakout rooms. Now one more thing. we're going to take the information back to the main room to share with class. So let's say the students, if we jump to the blue room, and let's say they wrote some stuff on here, and I'll just write something on here real quick. So, hi. And let's say that's what they wrote. And let's say the students from the red room, so they wrote something else. Let's say they were a little bit more creative than that, and they wrote hello. Something like that. What you can do now is, if we jump back to the main room and we'll go to screen number 2, is I can copy all the whiteboards back to the main room. So, and this is very important, before you would actually delete, if you want to delete these rooms, you actually have to copy them back to the main room, otherwise you will lose your information. So you want to right click on this screen and copy all whiteboards to the main room. Now when you do that, what you're going to see is I click through these slides, and now those specific slides that were in the blue room now are in the main room, so we can actually go through that information and share it. So, okay, why did you write hi here? And in here, hello, that's a great answer. How'd you get that? Or so on and so forth. If we jump back over here, now you can delete these rooms if you'd like. However, let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Okay, so to close the breakout room, you've probably seen this the first time I clicked on it. You're actually going to click close breakout room. It doesn't actually say delete breakout room, so that's what I was looking for. If you right click on it again and just left click, and those are gone. And notice our rooms are not our rooms, our boards that were once in the blue and the red room are now in the main room. So that's just a little bit about breakout rooms. Now I will create a second video that's going to explain just a little bit more, because there is a lot to know, or a lot to explore used in breakout rooms.